Welcome back to Lake Lot Build. My name is John, and today's episode is going to be tile. A lot of tile, like almost 600 square feet of tile. I have a lot of work to do, and it is going to be, and it was heavy moving all this in here. So roughly, I'm going to say, I can't remember how many boxes, 40, something like that. I'm going to start with today's episode on the layout, how to lay out your tile. And so I'll walk through it real quick because there's different ways to do it. Some people, tile installers, will find the center of the room and make it square to make sure that your tiles run in each direction and how many tiles that you have for each end, so that you make sure that you don't have little slivers on the corners. Now, for me in particular, for this one, I will show you how I'm going to lay out the tile. For me, the most important part is going to be from the front door here, and then how it hits this edge right here, because I have this railing that'll go right here. So my thought is that I want a full tile to fit on this edge right here. That right there on this edge. And so what I'll do, so that's going to be a full tile from right here over, and then I'll trim it back. You can see right here, I'll have to trim that back, and so the tiles that go down the wall right here will be trimmed ever so slightly to fit around that. And then we'll lay the tiles all the way like this. Now for the tile itself, the stagger on the tile, it's a 1 foot by 2 foot tile. I'm going to cut it in half, and so the tile is going to be a brick pattern, but the brick pattern will be right in the middle, so that I will start a full tile, half tile, full tile, half tile, full tile, half tile, all the way across. So it'll look like a brick pattern. Okay, I'll show you what I've done here. I got my chalk line for my first tile, and this is what it looks like right here. This is what the tile's going to look like. So the tile will sit like this. Something like that. Okay. Now the tile itself is not actually 12 inches. It's 11 inches, 11 and 7/8. So you have your 1/8 inch for your grout line, and that's where the 12 inches comes in, because then your next tile will be from there. Okay, so these are the spacers here. And the spacers are, I picked the 1/8 inch tile spacer. And you can see it's an 1/8 inch. And so it fits either one direction like that, or you can flip it over, and that is if you have tile that comes together. My tile will not come together in a square like that. It is going to be a staggered, so I'll have to use this side. So that fits in there in the joint, just like that. Now, every person's going to walk through that front door, and every person's going to walk through the back door to go to the deck. So this is a very high traveled area. So you want to make sure all these lines and everything looks perfect, because when it looks perfect, your eye's going to go right by it. If you have the joint that goes woo woo like that, your eye's going to pick it up immediately. So with all that being said, I'm going to start mixing some thin set and start going to town. And so here is the before get you a good view of everything, because what comes next is a lot of hard work. So let's get started. Look who's with me today.
Hello.
Hey, buddy.
He's ready to work too.
Well, you want to see what I did yesterday?
Sure.
All right, well, let's take a look here. I'm going to unlock the door and see. Let's see what you guys go in and see what you think.
Oh my. Oh, you laid a bunch. Oh my gosh, honey. That is crazy. Oh, that looks so good. It does. That looks so good.
I even turned on the humidifier just so that it would dry so we could work today.
Absolutely. That looks so good. It does.
So that's what I did yesterday.
So, a couple of notes about cutting with the wet tile saw. Always got to have your ear protection. Very, very important. These things are so loud. And you also need eye protection. Now, I don't have my goggles with me today, so some big old sunglasses are what I'm going to use today. Not ideal though. I mean, really, goggles would be better because we're cutting porcelain tiles, so very sharp. Lots of little pieces can get here in the tile saw. So definitely want your safety equipment, everything grounded. Check the equipment really good. Funny story about tile saws. John and I have remodeled 3 houses together, and I'm always in charge of doing the tile saw. And I was out at our property in Arkansas working on slate tile for the living room floor, and I kept coming out to the tile saw, and that's our neighbor. My hands were tingly, and I was thinking, man, am I getting carpal tunnel just from doing this little bit of tile work? We'd been working for a couple of weeks, but still, I just thought, why are my hands all tingly? Well, for whatever reason, the tile saw wasn't grounded, and so I was literally getting low doses of electricity moving the tile through the wet tile saw. So if your hands feel tingly, stop what you're doing, check your equipment. So we just finished up mixing some mortar for the tile. This is, oh my gosh, like our, I don't know, 7th or 8th batch.
Yeah. So when I mix it up, see how it wants to stick on there? It's still kind of gloppy. So I go just a smidge more than that. So I'll show you the next one. So I'm going to add just a little bit more water. Like a how much water? And I was like, I don't know. I've done this so many times that you just kind of get a feel for it. There you go. See how there's less glop on it?
Yep.
Do you see how that was less glop? That's the consistency that I'm looking for, where there's just about that much that's stuck to it.
Great.
And that's how I know.
Then we know it's ready.
And that's only by trial and error.
You ready to lay some more tile, John Cameron?
Yay.
Because if you mix it too thick, it'll set up so fast on you.
Okay, so just quickly to give you the down and dirty, really, of tile laying.
It is down and dirty.
It is down and dirty. So John just got the mortar all mixed up. Now he's laying it and troweling it on. Is there any secret to troweling, John?
I use the notch part of it, and so when you get up close, go backwards, right? So you pick some up, see how it's on the back of there, and go back into it like that, right?
Okay.
And so you might leave some, but as you squeeze it out, see how it leaves a perfect line like that?
Yeah. Perfect.
That is really about it. The other one is to wear these kitchen gloves. I'm telling you, they will save your hands because the mortar is so drying and it'll just make your hands split after a few days. But we got these at the dollar store and they work so good. And I go one size down so they're tight.
Yep.
But it gives you the dexterity to be able to do all this.
Take your towel over there, little man.
Yeah, so show them how they do it.
Yep, John Cameron's going to show us how.
Up your tile right here
Okay.
Yep.
at the edge.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Don't want to scratch the wall accidentally.
Yep. Give it a bit of room.
And then we'll just drop it right here.
Excellent.
And then we got one of these white pieces to support it in.
Yep, and then put on your spacers.
Yep.
Good job, buddy.
Rinse and repeat.
Yeah, all right, so let's do this full tile right here, and there'll be another full tile, and then it should be this guy right here that we pre-cut. So we'll do that one next. Leslie and I finished the tile and the grout, and so it is, I'm going to do my final mop today. When you do your sponging and everything, it leaves behind the residue, which is just the dust. And so you can see here, I'll have to, gotta get my mop out and get the rest of that stuff cleaned up. So that is what I'm going to do today, but I was going to show you guys what it looks like. So let's go over here in the corner. There we go. Oh, it looks beautiful. It turned out so well. It's exactly the same measurement all the way across. That means every one of these tiles is laid perfect, which means every one of these lines is straight as an arrow. I just love it. Oh. Anyway, exciting stuff coming up because I can show you, let me close this door real quick. What comes next is the stuff that goes right there, which is on the other side of this door, is all of my stuff. I wish, not all of it, but almost all of it. Thank you, supply chain problems. My cabinets from IKEA. So lowers, uppers, refrigerator, all of that. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna clean my floor, mop it and get it cleaned up. Not perfect because it's still a construction site. It's gonna get dusty. I'm gonna have boxes, all that stuff. I'm gonna start building the kitchen. So this is gonna be it for this episode. Make sure and tune in the next few because coming up, I'm not sure which one of them, we're gonna document an IKEA kitchen in our lake house. So thank you guys so much for liking and subscribing. Make sure and tune in. So we got lots of stuff coming up. So thank you guys.